Welcome to the Beyond 20 series of Cherwell Service Management tutorials. Did you know that Cherwell email monitors can parse text from the subject or body of an email and use the data to populate individual fields in a table object? In this video, we will demonstrate how to parse data from the body of an email using modifiers to populate the fields of a new incident. Before we begin the process of parsing an email in the Cherwell email monitor, let's take a look at two examples of email alerts sent by SolarWinds. These alerts were configured to include the service category and subcategory on separate lines. However, if you look, the configuration item name, IP address, and status of that configuration item are all listed on the same line. So we will use different types of modifiers to gain or to parse the information for the configuration item, the IP address, and the status of that configuration item when we create our ticket. So let's take a look at what an email monitor will look like for us here. Because all emails from SolarWinds will have the same structure, we can use a single email monitor to create new incidents from these alerts, which are classified, prioritized, and linked to the corresponding configuration item in the Cherwell CMDB. In this case, we are linking our email monitor to the business object of incident. SolarWinds would not correspond with Cherwell in this case, so we don't need to identify an existing record, and our conditions will just be that the email is sent from our SolarWinds account. Next, we'll keep all of our default actions for the email, and then finally our main action is going to be create a new incident for this email. So the fields that we want to populate for this incident are the call source, which we will just set to a value of email, our category, service, and subcategory that will be taken by parsing the body of the email. We'll place the entire body in the description. We're going to get the configuration item display name from the body, and then we're going to place the short description. We'll use the subject for that without any modifiers, and our status will be new. So let's take a look at how we're going to do the simplest form of a modifier. So we want to grab service, category, and subcategory. They will all use the same type of modifier. So service, category, and subcategory, as we saw before, are all listed in the body. They're all on a single line, and they all have a tag in front of the value. So the tag is service, space, and then the value. The next tag is category, space, and then the value, so to the end of the line. So here's how we look at this. So in the body, we right click on body after we've placed it in our template. We select modifiers. And the modifier we want is called text after, and the option is to end of line, and then the text preceding is, in this case, service, and then a space. For category, we did the same thing. Text after to end of line. And in this case, the preceding text is category, space. And subcategory, we did the exact same modifier. Now we need to look at the configuration display item. And we know that all of our emails contain the configuration item and then a space. So the configuration item name, then a space, and then a parentheses and the word IP colon. So how will we parse that out? We will use the text before and the option of from start of line, and the text following is the parentheses IP colon. In the description, we're just going to place the entire body of the text with no modifiers. Our incident type will be incident. We have a preset service desk team. And our severity level here, in this case we set it to 3, but let's say we wanted to use an expression. So here's a nice way to say that we want to change the severity level from 3 to 1 if it's down. So let's say if it's just a warning, we'll make it a 3, but if it's down, we want to make it a 2. I'm going to use a case expression. We'll create a new case expression. And we're going to say that if, and in this case we need the body of the text, we need to get what the actual status is. So that's going to be another expression. But in this time, this expression is just going to be a text expression. We've already set the description, so we can use the incident description, which is where we place the body. We're going to modify that. The modifier is between the word is and a period on the line that has a parenthesis. So we're going to use a modifier in this called text between. And the text that starts with is a close parentheses, the word is, and a space, and it ends with a period. So that's our status. And if that equals the word down, then we're going to make this a value of 2. Otherwise, we're going to make it a value of 3. So our short description is just our subject with no modifiers. Our description is our body with no modifiers. We have our status set to new because it's a brand new ticket. And we're ready to go. So here is what the ticket looks like after the email monitor has parsed the email and created the incident. The subject matter is the subject description is placed in the short description. The body of the email, unedited, is placed in the description. We have the categorization. This was a warning, so the severity came in as level 3. And the primary CI has been placed. In this video, we demonstrated how to use the Cherwell CSM email monitor to parse emails into new incidents using the email parts and modifiers. Please feel free to comment on this video below and subscribe to our YouTube channel, or visit us on Facebook, LinkedIn, or our website beyond20.com.